It's go time. Let's go. We are live from my basement in Tolono, Illinois. You guys have been here for a while. You know we normally go live from downtown Champaign, but life right now is a little busier than usual. So we're live. I moved the whole setup here to my basement, and we are live here in Tolono, Illinois. We've got a great guest tonight, Doug Samuels, in the house out of Comstock Park High School, Michigan. We'll be watching some game film. Doug Samuels is a big part of the football scoop. Anxious to meet him tonight. I've never met him personally, and anxious to meet him and talk a little football with him. We'll get to watch his team in action, and we will get to pick his brain a little bit and see what he's... That's what I like doing. I like seeing I just like hearing what a guy is thinking as he's coaching his game, right? Here's what I was thinking. Here's what we like to do this. We teach this. Third and long, we like to do this, right? I personally really enjoy hearing from a coach in that type of an aspect. So welcome, guys. Glad you're here. We usually got a good little crew, guys, that will join us every night. So when you get here, check in. Let us know where you're watching from. Again, my name is Nate, high school football coach here in Illinois, and have been so for 20 years. Yes, you heard that right. 20 years. And this weekend, I'm heading out to Utah for the online clinic, heading to Utah, hitting 3 high schools. We'll visit Cody Gardner, who's very active on Twitter. We'll visit Aaron Beam, who, speaking of 20 years ago, in my first year as a football, that's not true. In my third year as a football coach, we worked together. Some 17 years ago, we were both pups, straight out of college, basically young football coaches, up-and-comers, you could call us. And I would only call us up-and-comers because we were both very excited about coaching, right? I don't know that either one of us was special at the time. Maybe he was. I know that I was not special at the time. I barely knew what I was doing, but I was excited about it. And he and I were both sophomore coaches. He was the OC, I was the DC. Now here we are, 17 years later, I'm visiting him for Chief Pigskin. His high school, American Fork, is one of the top high schools rated by Max Preps in Utah. And we'll visit him this weekend. Then we'll visit his brother-in-law, who is the head coach at Skyridge in Utah. So a great trip planned for us in Utah this weekend, and I'm excited to take that. So we'll fly out first thing Saturday morning. Guys, thanks so much for checking in again. We got Doug Samuels in the house tonight. Let me see if he's in the waiting room. He is in the waiting room. We're going to meet him in a minute. He works with Football Scoop, head football coach at Comstock High School, Michigan. Welcome, welcome. And if you're here, leave us a thumbs up. If you really want to be nice, click that share button and share this out on Twitter. Let the guys know that you're here watching. Real quick, I'm going to go share this one more time. Let the guys know. We are live, and we've got a fun one. We are live. Come say hi. All right. Let's go get Coach Samuels in the house. We'll just start talking ball, watching a little film. When you guys get here, check in. Let us know you're watching from Larry Alba in the house out of Noonan, Georgia. Thanks for watching. Here we go. We're getting them in. Let me go hide my self view. Let me know when you got me, Coach.
I will.
All right. I got you. I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
Okay. Let me go fix that. For some reason, Coach. Gotcha?
There you go. That's
good. For some reason, my this just started happening yesterday. My Zoom camera cuts out from time to time. So I've still got you if it cuts out. If I see it cut out, I'll go click it to turn it back on as soon as I can. But just so you know, it might happen. But I do still have you. Coach, nice to meet you finally. My name's Nate. And I've followed you for a while, man. I've seen you on Football Scoop. What is your official role over there?
I think my official title is like director of content, but we've got 2 writers that do a great job. So I'm not really directing anything. Everyone kind of knows the voice of the site and what coaches want. So, we're able to run with it. But I've been there in October will be 11 years, which is the longest I've ever been at one place. So it's a great setup.
That's so cool, man. And so you just do a lot of writing for them and kind of manage the whole production of the content?
Yeah, stuff like getting the scoop up and running and talking to coaches about, various moves and things like that. High school scoop, AD scoop, strength scoop, and then, getting some articles up every day that the coaches want to read about.
Man, I'll tell you what, the scoop is here's what's awesome. And the scoop is just everyday language for football coaches in America, right?
Absolutely.
Like it's everyday language. You especially when I visit college coaches, man. And I always ask them, "Hey, how'd you end up here?" And they're like, "Well, I was on the scoop." Like every single one of them, I was on the scoop, and that's how it always starts. But what a cool thing to be doing. Well, and here's the first time I saw your name, Coach. It was man. Okay, 3 or 4 years ago, and I had tweeted something, and I was in El Paso. Next thing I knew, it had gone viral. It was headset conversations. And the headset conversations from coaches around the country just started going. And then I think it was you had put it made the scoop. It was like achievement of my lifetime. It made the scoop. It said this viral thing started with this tweet, and it showed my tweet. I'm not lying, Coach. I was like showing my buddies. I'm like, guys, I'm on the scoop. I'm on the scoop. I was so excited.
It's a big deal for a lot of guys. We're always kind of combing social media for content coaches would find interesting, and that's one great story. I think Coach Relegato from now at Washington State.
Yes, what a great story.
That's another one. But you never know who's looking and who's kind of creeping in the weeds looking for some good content.
Well, tell us about your coach. Where is Comstock Park?
So Comstock Park's on the north side of Grand Rapids, about 540 kids.
Okay.
So, mid-sized school for Grand Rapids, probably one of the smallest public school in the Grand Rapids area.
Okay.
And, Grand Rapids and Muskegon here in Michigan have some really good football.
You see, I already added you to the wall.
I didn't.
See the wall there?
Your camera's out, so
Did my camera go out again? I don't
is.
understand. Like I said, this just started last night. I don't know why. All right.
Oh, I got you.
See, got you added already.
Huh? Little accent wall back there.
Yeah, well, I normally shoot from my office in downtown Champaign, but this month I'm a little extra busy because we're in season. Illinois is in season.
Right, yeah.
And I'm coaching 8U softball for my daughter, and I decided to take a Spanish class, so I'm a little extra crowded with my schedule. So I just grabbed my whole setup and moved it to my basement and threw up a wall.
That's a good setup. So out of football, softball, and your Spanish class, which one's getting the most attention?
Come on, football. Football gets the attention. But I am having a lot of fun with 8U softball, not gonna lie. I'm having a lot of fun with that. I've never coached girls before. Obviously a big difference between 8U softball, high school football, but I'll tell you what, it has been a lot of fun. Coach, I actually spent a couple summers in Michigan.
Where at?
At Spring Hill Camps in Everett, Michigan, which would be, man, I want to say 30 miles east of, say, like Big Rapids.
Yep. I know where Everett is. Yeah. What kind of camp?
It's a summer Christian camp. It's like the second biggest camp in America.
Gotcha.
It's huge. Yeah, I spent 2 summers there. It's 2 of the best summers of my life. Anyway, and you know how it is every weekend at someone else's beach house. And you know how the Michiganders are. Everybody's got a beach house somewhere.
Right, yeah. If you're lucky enough, you do.
Right. Hey, are you a lifelong Michigan guy?
I am. Yeah, born and raised. I spent some time in Chicago. My first college coaching job was at North Park University on the north side of Chicago. And I think it was there that I had my recruiting area was South Bend, Indiana to Champaign. So kind of that whole area. So I've been down and visited Champaign Centennial. I remember being at. I don't remember if I made it to Central. But I do remember being in Champaign because it's one of those towns that without a major university, it might not even be a blip on the radar.
Exactly right. But thanks to that university, it's a great little town. It really is.
Absolutely.
Well, we're glad to have you, Coach. I'm excited to watch some game film with you. Hey, so tell us, what do you call one side of the ball or the other?
So yeah, I call the offense. Yep.
You call the offense. And how long you been doing that? Is that kind of since you've been a head coach?
Yeah, I think 5 years. So it's every head coach starts with a coordinator job. It seems like.
Yeah.
So I was the offensive coordinator at West Ottawa, which is Holland West Ottawa, which is a school of about 2,500 kids. So it was huge. That's where I got kind of cut my teeth actually calling the plays. I was one of those guys that had the offensive coordinator title for a few years. But I was the signaler on the sideline. So
okay.
So at West Ottawa in 2017, we were picked to finish last in the league by everyone. We had won 2 games the year before, and we ran the table in the league, one of the toughest leagues here in Michigan, the OK Red, with teams like Rockford and Granville and some of the bigger schools like that. Ran the table, won the league for the first time outright in school history, and ended up a whisker away from the state semifinals.
Wow.
And made a deep playoff run. So from there, I went to Ravenna, which huge culture change, was a school of 350 kids for my first head coaching opportunity. But it was the school the school in the league that I played in. So I had some familiarity with it, and it's a school with a rich tradition. So I spent 2 years there before taking the job at Comstock Park.
Man. Wow. So you've been up there and been in for a while. I had 2 of my best buddies in college where it went to Holland High.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went to Holland High. So I actually have spent several weekends in Holland. Great city. Great beach city. Coach, let's go watch some film. And I had told you, when I can't share the film with you because then my audience can't see you. But we're gonna go over. But I'll tell you what clip we're on. So you guys are here in the black, I'm assuming?
No, we are in the white. So,
oh, you're on the road here. Yeah.
So to set the table for this game, we had in Michigan, we didn't think we were having a season, so we practiced for 3 weeks.
That's right.
We practiced for 3 weeks of what would have been the regular season, and then 10 days before our first game, they reversed course. We're like, all right, we're going to play. You got 10 days now. So, I had taken the job about 12 days before COVID hit. So I'm in the weight room for a handful of sessions, just getting to know the kids' names, and things get shut down and everything goes virtual. So,
oh my goodness.
We were able to not practice, but we were able to do some, underwear Olympics type stuff, conditioning. But no 7-on-7s, no scrimmages with other teams. You had 10 days to get ready for your first opponent. So, we had an open date to fill week 2. So we found this school, Everest Collegiate, over by Detroit. And it's a school of 150 kids. So I'm thinking, man, that's, they won 10 games last year. I think they won 40 games past 4 years. I figure it's a good opportunity for us to go over there and play a quality, smaller team. Like, hopefully we'd be able to push around a little bit. It did not go that way. I mean, what I didn't know is that that team that won 10 games last year, a school of 150 kids, they returned everyone from that team. They didn't graduate a single player, which is I can't think I've ever heard of that before.
Yeah.
So you'll see them on film for being a small school. They are athletic. They run the field really well. They're very simple defensively, but man, they executed very, very well. And it wasn't until after this game that we felt like, all right, now we kind of know what our kids can do. Yeah. Because we're learning on the fly. We didn't have the luxury of being there for a few years, so that kind of sets the table for this game.
Boy, I cannot imagine. 10 days to prepare. Here we go. I'm going to shut off the play names for you here. We're going to kind of flip through defensively. Since you call the offense, we'll pick your brain a little bit offensively. You just took this job in March, apparently, right?
Yeah, March.
So tell us how much and I'm just flipping through the defense here. Tell us how much did you tell your D coordinator, hey, did you say run what you want? Did you say I want this? How involved were you in year 1?
So my whole goal when I left Ravenna, I had a really good staff there. We had just gone 8-3. We had a really good year. We had my defensive coordinator was awesome. Only gave up 1 passing touchdown all year long. So we were really good defensively. I knew in order to leave that job for the right situation, I had to have a killer staff lined up. So, as the process was playing out, I had reached out to some of my top choices and really landed my top choice. But he's ready to be a head coach, in all honesty. So I told him, hey, man, be the head coach of the defense and you own it. I'm going to focus on the culture and the offense, and we'll get this thing rolling. So, Comstock Parks has been a place that it's known for, 50 to 44 shootouts, the past 10 years. And I think we put that notion to bed last year when we didn't have a good year. So now when the offense gets rolling to pair with a really good defense, we'll be in good shape.
Well, Coach, you just got the ball back. I'm on play 17.
Play 17.
Oh, no, wait.
Nope.
You're in white.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Look at me. You had told me that already, and I forgot. Okay.
Hey,
here we go.
So the other thing, you look around at the stadium. I had never been to a stadium like this before. Real small school. Didn't have visitor stands. So they told us, have your parents bring lawn chairs and they can set it up on the other side. and so that's what you can see there at the side. And then the officials asked me, hey, have you ever played here before? Just before the coin toss. I was like, no, we came from hours away. You'll see a generator in the background. Those are lights.
They're hooked up to generators.
Yes. They're gas-powered lights. So the officials said, hey, if you're a team that's going to throw it around, throw it in the first half, because in the second half, there's going to be this cloud that kind of hovers above the field at about 20 feet high. That's going to make it hard to see, and it's going to stink on your sideline. I mean, it was an interesting environment.
That's that small school football life, man. I want to check in with our guys in the chat. Coach Gardner in the house out of Utah. The coach pad, Jason in the house out of Kansas. And Alexandre Ribeiro in the house out of Brazil. Welcome, guys. Thanks so much for checking in. He said Gardner says current head coach is a North Park grad. Small world.
Nice.
Anybody else that's just here watching, whether you're here for the first time or the 50th time, check in. Let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you guys. And if you can, leave us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. All right, so it looks like play number 1. You got 3x1 on the top of the screen. Little power read. Coach, how hard is it to get a crew ready to actually read this in 10 days? I feel like that would be hard to do.
We put a lot of time into power read series. We've got a pitch read and the swing read off of it.
Okay.
So it's something we work on every day for 10 minutes in our run frame period. So, it's not something, that we have any qualms about running. It's kind of one of our staples.
On to play 3. Now you can switch the field 3x1 to the bottom of the screen. Put the back on that side too. Now, how much is this being read as well? Because you little flash fake to a bubble.
It is not. We're just using a proximity fake there to hopefully hold the middle line, hold those inside linebackers.
Yeah. Yep. And you got numbers down here.
Yeah, first year guy, wasn't really a quarterback, so we tried to make him a quarterback. And this game he really shows his legs, which was nice.
Okay. All right, so you're in 3rd and 10-ish, right? Oh, look, 3rd and 15.
Not a great situation to be in as a play call.
Penalty, 2nd and 15. Empty it out, baby. How would you describe your offense?
So we try to be, a multiple spread team. I really like being in 11 personnel, using a bunch of different formations, just with little tags that to keep defensive coordinators on their toes.
Yeah.
I think that second year at Ravenna, we were at like 63 formations or something like that at the end of the year. So.
Oh my goodness! So when you say 11. That tight end guy, is that like a flex position that could become an H at any time?
Ideally in our offense, we want that guy to be able to be a receiver and to also, come in and put his hand on the ground or be that sniffer.
Okay.
We've been fortunate the past, 4 years, counting this past year, that we have a guy that's capable of that, the 6'4", 6'5" type kid that can run. But we've also had years where, that's really a glorified guard that can't really catch. So I think we're most efficient and explosive when we're not changing personnels all the time.
Well, you go shallow. This linebacker passes off the vertical and sticks you. That's kind of that point in the game where right away you're going, oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we might be in a game here, boys.
Yeah.
On to play 5. Go back to empty. Ooh, little jet motion.
We run a lot of the GT, a lot of GT out of empty with that jet motion.
Boy, this quarterback makes a play here, Coach. Look at that. He is a split second from throwing this, and he pulls it down and ducks it. Oh, goodness.
Savvy play for a kid that really hadn't taken a snap at quarterback before.
And I'll tell you what, I thought for sure when he ducked it, I thought he was taking off, but he still pulls it up and gets rid of it.
And he kept the drive alive because we
wow.
got a 1st and 10 next play.
Wow, huge play. Okay, we're on to play 6, Coach, I think. Yeah, 6. Okay, now you got the H-back in the game, 2-by-1. And it looks like we go power. How much would you say you're using, how much are you reading at this point? Whether it's now, maybe it's at this point in game 1 versus game 10. Are you guys trying to read things and go RPOs? How much freedom is your quarterback getting?
Yeah, so with this being a young, inexperienced quarterback, we didn't give him a lot of leeway. You'll see, I think maybe 3rd drive or so, we get into some of our RPO stuff, but it's very, very simple RPO stuff. This power play here, we're just planning on being able to drive him off the ball. And there's number 10 here, D-end at the bottom of the screen. He was a 6'5", 220-pound kid, just a beast.
Wow.
And they had some guys that played with just great pad level, that came off the ball and flew around. So they surprised us. And this was the first play where I was like, man, it's not going to be easy sledding here.
I know that feeling so well. All right, 2nd and 12, same formation. Now you bring it back across the field. Oh man, Coach, this looks like it's being read. I'm on play 7.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. This one is our counter RPO.
What a huge weapon to have.
Yes, absolutely. And really, we found this is what this quarterback does the best, is getting up and throwing accurately after giving a little bit of a play fake.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're reading the first linebacker in the box here. If he attaches to the run fit, which I think that's debatable here, but pull it and let's get it to our big 6'4" receiver.
Now with this, Coach, this counter look, is this a separate counter tag when you want that H-back to be the lead player rather than the tackle, or is that this is just how we run our counter?
So our counters, we have GY and GT, so they're both cities that start with the letter C.
Okay, so you'll be able to call it in different calls.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Play 8. On to play 8. 3rd and short. See, now you do go guard tackle. I like this pull by your guard tackle. They look like it's a little skip step almost.
Yep. That's how I give our O-line coach a lot of freedom. I got a lot of faith in them. They're bringing some pressure here, and we thought we'd be able to get off a quick little stick RPO to that number 3
linebacker
receiver there.
Just gets in the way.
Yeah. Yep. He plays it smart.
Wow. Now you got a tough call to make. 4th and short. You're going for it. 3-by-1 to the bottom of the screen.
We're just going all stops across the board.
Oh my goodness. Your quarterback just saves you. What a play.
Yes,
he makes the throw with the guy hanging on his foot.
Keeping it alive and showing that savviness that we really need to have.
I'll tell you what, man. When you got a quarterback that keeps you out of trouble, it's like such an immeasurable trait. Like, you're not going to see that in his 40 time. Mm-hmm. You're not going to see that in the weight room. You're not even going to see that in 7-on-7 time. You can only see that when you get into a game and you realize, oh my goodness, he is keeping us out of trouble.
Yep.
Isn't that something? It's really immeasurable.
He keeps his head up and finds someone open.
That is an incredible play. Wow, what a huge play. Guys, thanks so much for checking in. I see Ben Johnson here out of Evansville, Indiana. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Anybody else that's here, if you haven't checked in yet, please check in. We're at 8:25, man. We got about 5 minutes left live. We always go a little over. We'll probably try to watch about 2 drives here, Coach. Like I said, it does go fast. All right, so, Coach, we're still alive. Empty's out the backfield.
We went with our tempo play call here. We just converted a 4th down, so we want to get up on the ball right now and kind of take advantage of the momentum. So we got bubble to the field.
Does the quarterback have a two-way go here?
He does. Yep. He's got. We want to take the bubble if we got numbers, but it looks like here he takes the slant flat for some reason, which I'd rather take the bubble looking at the numbers.
Sure. But and I've never been a guy that has let my quarterback have really any freedom. I'm encouraged. I've been encouraged a lot by the guys that I've been interviewing lately that are giving their quarterback freedom. But it's just like one of those things. If you've decided to give your quarterback some freedom, you kind of just got to let him have it. And sometimes he's going to make a decision you weren't crazy about, but the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. Is that kind of how you look at it?
Yeah. And we've got some built-in gift routes going into this year.
Okay.
And the way that we've explained it to them, and that has stuck really good with our quarterbacks, is the only way you're taking the gift route is if you can fart the ball out there. If you can fart the ball out there for a completion, then take it. Otherwise, run the play. So, I mean, that's just, you put it like that, they're not going to forget it.
Right.
And they'll roll.
All right, we're on to play 12, Coach. 3x1. Going deep.
Yeah, so this is our choice concept at the top of the screen, where if he gets to 10 yards and he can run by him, then he's going to run by him. If he's capped, then he's going to shut it down for a little 10-yard curl.
So the quarterback doesn't know at the snap of the ball which he's going to run.
He does not. But that's something we got from Sean Leota that I wanted to implement this year, and that's something we had to spend 10 minutes every practice on.
I'll bet.
Everyone's running. So,
I mean, if you can get good at that, that is a huge advantage.
Absolutely.
Is that just the call for that guy on the top of the screen, or is that for all of your receivers?
No, but we gave stops to the bottom and then choice at the top.
Okay. Man, looks like you're getting killed by penalties here.
Yeah.
Play 13. Boy, just bringing that split end out there straight down the line. Is this going to be a screen, or is he just a true shallow?
We're trying to run shallow here. He's a little too wide with his alignment. We want him to be at the tackle by the time the opposite tackle by the time that quarterback gets to 3 steps.
Yeah.
But you take a look at the corner, just kind of running with him, and that dig, if we can complete that, that's a big game.
Yeah. I mean, quarterback gets no time. He pulls off a miracle just to get you out of trouble.
Absolutely.
Play 14.
You go back to choice.
Yeah, back to choice. Looks like, I'll tell you what, he had a step on that one. I can't see the end of the play, but he had the step on that one.
I think we might have got a pass interference or something there.
I love the decision to stick with it. We were just talking last night how easy it is when something you like, if it didn't hit early in the game or you didn't like the way it looked, how quickly as coaches we can find ourselves like almost getting away from a call completely. But I like that you go right back to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all fall prey to the kind of the same traps, and that's what defensive coordinators kind of bank on. Is that you stop something early and they're not going to come back to it.
Right. 3rd and 12. You go to roll out again. Quarterback, little wiggle.
Yep, we don't set the edge very good here on either of them. But again, have a chance at a big play. And you look at that receiver's departure. He gets jammed up. Was not pretty.
I'll tell you what, I have always debated with my staff when we did this, and the best way to protect rollout. I've always debated. What have you guys landed on?
So we're really just trying to outside zone it essentially, and if you're uncovered, you kind of hinge back, fighting for that. You're fighting for that play side number right away. But I've seen teams. I think Clemson just maybe 2 years ago. I would see that they would almost hinge right off the snap and let them run behind, and then you can just wall everyone off. Which I thought that's an interesting strategy for one of the top teams in the country on sprint out. But yeah, I've always just kind of been a full zone guy and have the running back help out. Our running back's more of a pass catcher type guy, so he didn't really give us a whole lot in pass pro this year. So we're looking to take advantage of that a little more this year.
Yeah, sure. All right, on to play, what is this, 16, Coach? 16?
Yep.
Play 16.
We got a bust here. So the guy at the bottom of the screen is supposed to have a 10-yard dig. So we call this drill. It's a 10-yard dig. we call it a zip, a little speed out, and then the third receiver's running the seam. So he kind of walls off any safety. So, you hit that first receiver in a nice little window for a 12-yard gain. Didn't work out that way here.
Well, the kid does you a favor and picks it off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. More than 14, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Might as well take a shot.
Yeah, definitely worth it. All right, we're gonna have time to watch one more drive. Guys in the house, welcome and thank you so much for checking in. Jason Eddings in the house. This is our I always call this night my Thursday night show, the official start of my weekend. So I feel like it's on weekend. So thanks for checking in, guys. We'll be back again live next Monday. I think with David Thomason, or maybe Thomason's Tuesday. I can't remember. All right, Coach. You're getting the ball back. We're gonna watch one more drive, and then we'll get out of your hair. All right, 1st and 10. 2x2 with an H-back.
What player are you on?
Oh yeah, my bad. Play 28. Play 28. I like this look. It's your 2x2. I mean, gosh, if I'm a defensive coach, I'm sitting here trying to debate if I consider this empty or not. You know what I mean? Because that back really isn't a running threat. However, he could easily lead block for that quarterback.
Yeah, I think I've got a different play 28. It looks like you're maybe on 29. You got a jet motion coming?
I do. I got jet motion. Okay.
So yeah, a little quarterback counter here. So
nice call.
Same Chicago or counter run scheme. Just giving a different kind of some window dressing on the back end, but that's it's a formation we've already run where one tag empties the backfield. Now you give a completely different look to the defense.
I like that. All right, 1st and 10. And nice to get that first big clip in, that big, a big chunk play in. Gives the team some morale. Go power.
Try and come back to power and don't.
They are tough as nails, man.
They are, man. They were really good. And this was a team they were in the semis. I think after we had a 5 week shutdown here in Michigan.
Okay.
They got shut down because of COVID going into the state semifinals. So they had a chance to win the state title and really got it kind of taken away because of the whole COVID deal.
Did they ever pick up the playoffs again?
They did. Yeah, they did. 5 weeks later, they picked it up and were able to finish it off. But I mean, I don't know how you conduct practice virtually for 5 weeks.
Right.
Mad respect for the guys that were able to win a state title after that.
Man, all right, so you guys get back. Somehow it becomes 1st and 10, but 10 yards back.
Play 31.
Odd. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2nd and 10.
Okay. Maybe the guy on the sticks didn't change it, or maybe my eyes are bad. Well, another jet play, and the kid makes breaks an incredible tackle.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Turns it into 10 more. I'll tell you what, I think that must be what it is. I think a couple of the plays were out of order.
I think so, because I don't think we're matched up for
it went backwards.
Reason.
Okay, now I'm at my play 31, but it's 3rd and 8. It's 3rd and 8. You're in 2x1, and your kid is throwing a dig.
Going choice to the 2 receiver side. Yeah,
okay.
We should really never throw the dig. Should always be that outside choice concept.
Okay.
But I mean, decently open there.
Yeah. Does he get it? No, another flag. No. And this is the joy of having 10 days to prepare.
Right. Yes.
That is hard to deal with. Now 3rd and 20.
Come back to that drill concept. Outside guy should have a 10-yard dig. Hit in that second window after the flat player in the outside.
Boy, and I can tell. I feel like this kid The more and more you guys rep this, I'll bet some of this starts looking good over the season.
Absolutely. We got hooked up with one of those virtual reality systems this off season, so now he's taking a bunch more reps. He's seeing a lot more. We're making some changes offensively that are going to be really good for him. So, we can really maximize his potential as a runner.
Well, I'm going to go try to get in. I want to go see one more play. There we go. Okay. I am on play 52. I want to end with a great play by you, Coach. 52 power. Q power.
Yeah,
you said he started making a difference with his feet.
Exactly. Yep. So we go to Q power with a little pop on the outside. So we told him if that flat defender widens, then keep it. If he attaches to the run fit, get it out. Now we got 2-on-1 on the outside with a little pop screen.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. So technically he could, is that just a pre-snap read, or is that something he's reading as he's attacking in theory?
He's reading it from that one initial shuffle step he takes after he gets the ball, which right-handed quarterback, we were like running it to the boundary on the left side. So he takes that one shuffle step, that triggers his eyes to the flat player, and then that flat player tells him what he does.
I'll tell you what. So I've been an under center coach for most of my career. I'm currently an assistant coach. We're a lot of 20 personnel for us right now. So we're quite a bit different than what I had ever done. So I'm learning a ton. I'm just seeing how many different ways there are to read things. It really is incredible. Are most offensive coordinators that are running things like what you said, a lot of 11 personnel, is there like a central source that people are getting all these reads from? Or is it just this guy throws in this wrinkle and then that wrinkle spreads, and then this other guy over here throws in this wrinkle and that wrinkle spreads?
Yeah.
Because it's like I learn a different way to read some other combo play every night.
Yeah, I think it's probably it starts with one guy and then kind of spreads, and does that time after time. I can't think of there's one place people go to. It's not like the the single wing where you go to the Godfather and he tells you all the answers, or the Power T.
Right.
I think there's a lot of creativity from guys at the major college level down to the small high school level. And sometimes I had never thrown an RPO in 2017 when we won the OK Red. Didn't understand enough about it to really put it in. My first year as a head coach, we're struggling to move the ball, and I was like, hey, we're going to try this RPO stuff we've been working on. First one was a completion, thank goodness, and I've been a heavy RPO guy for the rest of my career.
I'll tell you what, man. I mean, just from doing these shows, so then this past off season, I'm in with my head coach, and I'm the one telling him, I'm like, hey, what do you think about reading some stuff, man? What do you think? To watch me come full circle into that, right? And now he's the conservative one, and I'm going, hey, we could read. And again, because I just see there's so many different ways to do it. It's almost like it doesn't even matter what you like to run. Are you an outside zone team? There's a million creative ways to read something off that. Do you love counter GT? Do you love, right? Our head coach loves just belly G out of the gun with his tight end. I'm like, there's so much we could be reading. So you guys have all been influencing me a ton. Well, Coach, we are over time. I want to check out with our guys and then we'll come back to you, give you a chance to close out and offer any final thoughts. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be live again next Monday. I believe next week's shows will be those 4 will be the last of our April shows. But thanks so much for joining us. I'm off to Utah this weekend. So hopefully you guys stay tuned on Twitter and follow the journey. I'm taking my beautiful wife with me. That'll be a fun little trip. All right, Coach, thanks so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to meet you, man. Any closing thoughts as we sign off?
I don't really have anything for you, man. I appreciate the opportunity, Nate, to have me on. Thanks for reaching out.
All right, man. Thanks again, Doug. And all of you guys, make sure you look up Coach on Twitter. That's at Coach Samz. Is that correct? SAMZ?
Correct, with a Z.
Look him up on Twitter, fellas. Appreciate all your time, Coach. Good night. Do you teach?
I don't. Nope, run football scoop full time, man. That's a full time gig.
Are you? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Good for you, man. That's incredible. Were you a teacher once upon a time?
I was not. I planned to be a teacher. That's what I went to school for, but kind of got bit by the coaching bug at the college level, and then kind of football scoop happened. So I've been riding that wave, man.
Wow. Do you ever get the point when you're writing? Do you ever get writer's block? How do you overcome it?
Yeah, so I do a little bit, but we're able to be so creative with stuff that I'm always writing about stuff that I want to write about. So, I think writer's block happens when you're not looking forward to, finishing a couple pages or that chapter or whatever it happens to be.
Right.
That's what I love about the scoop, is that it's something different every day. Something's going to happen, or something will catch your attention that's a little bit different.
How do you do something like run the scoop and not be looking and keep your feet where you are? You know what I mean? Because the scoop is just it's just jobs everywhere. Is it hard to turn that side of your brain off?
It's not really, because I think it's given me a lot of perspective, hearing from coaches that were in bad situations or got hosed this way or that way.
Yeah.
When you find yourself in a good situation, I think that I have the ability to, or the perspective to appreciate it a little more than maybe the average bear. And we've got a great situation. So, I'm happy where my feet are.
That makes sense. Well, Coach, it was a pleasure to get to know you. Best of luck to you guys next season.
Thanks, Nate. Finish your season strong, man. Rooting for you guys.
Appreciate it. Big game tomorrow night, the toughest of our year. So I'm excited.
Get after it, man. Good luck.
See you, man.
Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining. And it was a great week. You can see the 6 people that have joined us already from around the country just in April, and we'll add 4 more to that list next week. Hey, if you ever want to share, if you would let us pick your brain, you'd share some film with us, reach out to me on Twitter at the Chief Pigskin. Find us on Twitter. Would love to have you on. We're always looking to grow our network. We want you guys to have an opportunity to share your film and let us get a little sneak peek into the way you think through the game. All right, guys, good night.